Hi, must be Tuesday at 9 a.m. Today's topic, the Four Agreements, written by Don Miguel Ruiz. Now, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to be here. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Sandra with Ever Changing Life, clearing energy clutter, mind, body, soul, and home. I am an energy movement facilitator and international speaker, and my main focus is helping to bring you back to life when you've gotten stuck after a painful life transition, like divorce or job loss or health crisis, to name just a few. Death is a great loss, but a greater loss is when life dies inside you while you are still alive. Now, I read this book, The Four Agreements, written by Don Miguel Ruiz, probably about 10 years ago. And it was recently brought to my attention while I was attending a class. And since I owned it, I thought I'd give it a quick peruse. And it is as relevant today as it was back then. Now, I love the Four Agreements so much. I actually printed the Four Agreements so I can periodically review them as a reminder. I've put them in my little binder that I review daily. So it's a really nice reminder to have. So the first agreement, most of today is just going to be excerpts from the book. It's a wonderful book. So the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the directions of truth and love. Isn't that beautiful? The word is not just a sound or a symbol. The word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak what other animal on the planet can speak. The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is the tool of magic. But like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Depending on how it is used, the word can set you free, or it can enslave you even more than you know. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The seeds are opinions, ideas, and concepts. You plant a seed. The human seed is so fertile. The human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that too often it is fertile for the seeds of fear. Now, every human mind is fertile, but only for the seeds it is prepared for. What is important is to see what kind of seed our mind is fertile for and to prepare it to receive the seeds of love. Now, according to the author, this agreement is the most important one and almost always the most difficult to honor. Are you being impeccable with your word? Or are you speaking ill of others, or maybe even of yourself? So the second agreement is don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dreams. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Now, the author says this and the next two agreements are really born from the first agreement. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. If someone calls you stupid, you only take it personally because you agree with what they said. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you and you are trapped in the dream of hell. Now, those are the author's words. Personal importance, or taking things personally, is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me, but nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. Consider whether you are being dragged into other people's drama by taking what they say personally. What others say about you is never about you. It is always about them. I especially loved that one. The third agreement is don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. Now, we have a tendency to make assumptions about everything. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are the truth. We could swear they are real. Now, we make assumptions about what others are doing or thinking. We take it personally, then we blame them and react by sending emotional poison with our words. That is why whenever we make assumptions, we're asking for problems. We make an assumption, we misunderstand, we take it personally, and we end up creating a whole big drama for nothing. Now, all of the sadness and drama you have lived in your life was rooted in making assumptions and taking things personally. Wow, that is a big statement. The author is saying we are causing our own problems by making assumptions and then acting on those assumptions. Now, there is really something to consider. The fourth agreement, and the last, is always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstances, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Now, the author says this one last agreement is the one that allows the other three to become deeply ingrained habits. The fourth agreement is about the action of the first three. So everything is alive and changing all the time. So your best will not be as good. When you wake up refreshed and energized in the morning, your best will be better than when you were tired at night. Your best will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick, or sober as opposed to drunk. Your best will depend on whether you are feeling wonderful and happy, or upset, angry, or jealous. Your best can change from day to day, hour to hour, regardless of the quality. Keep doing your best. No more and no less than your best. If you try too hard to do your best, you will fall short. But if you do less than your best, you will subject yourself to frustration, self-judgment, guilt, and regrets. If you have not done your best, try not to break the first agreement of being impeccable with your word. Meaning, do not beat yourself up. As long as you have done your best, no matter the circumstances, that is all that matters. Now, these have been some excerpts from the book, The Four Agreements, written by Don Miguel Ruiz. If you get a chance, read it. I would highly recommend it. It really drives home the need to choose our words carefully, to not take things personally, to not make assumptions, and to always do our best. These really are words to live by. There are some entertaining stories and lots of lessons on why we should follow these agreements. Now, these agreements would be between you and your spirit, not anybody else. Now, it is a quick read and well worth your time. Death is a great loss, but a greater loss is when life dies inside you while you are still alive. So take chances, tell the truth, learn to say no, laugh until your stomach hurts, dance even if you're bad at it, pose stupidly for those photos, be childlike, love like it is the first time, and remember to be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. I am Sandra with Ever Changing Life, clearing energy clutter, mind, body, soul, and home. Thank you so much for listening. It was such a pleasure to be here again today, You can join me live every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining me.